The KRGS Doors Show, proudly brought to you by KRGS Doors. For all your shopfront roller shutters, roller grills, folding closures and bifold doors, visit www.krgsdoors.com.au. Welcome to the KRGS Doors Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Blackman. The aim of our podcast is to talk to cool people with cool stories, whether it be our suppliers, customers, staff, other business owners, or people from different walks of life, and get to know them a bit better. If you're interested in coming on, drop us a line or email, or connect with us via Facebook, and we can have a chat to see what we can do. Today on episode 51 of the 2-year-old KRGS Doors podcast, I'm joined by KRGS Doors Managing Director Clayton Blackman, and we talk to social media sensation Trevor Jennings, the number one operator in Australia and top 3 in the world. He is also known as Trev966, Trent, Gary, and I'm sure he's been called other names as well. Trev lets us in on how he got over 180,000 followers on social media just by telling good stories. I'll also let you in on our next episode's guest, but for now, please welcome to the podcast, Mr. Trevor Jennings.
If this doesn't turn you on, folks, you haven't got a switch.
Trev, thank you very much for joining us on the KRGS podcast. It is an absolute honour and a privilege to have you on. What is the Trev story?
I'm a construction worker, truck driver, concrete, a bit of everything. I've fitted in my 56 years, and and just happened to be doing all right on the social media side of things as well. So.
Yeah, you're killing it on the social media side of things. And for our listeners that don't know the Trevor Jennings story, he is a hit on Instagram and TikTok.
Some may say viral.
Some might look. It's funny. Like some videos you put up, they go really good, and the ones that you think are going to go even better than that are very disappointing. So it's not something that you don't hold your breath when you're posting a video, and don't get offended easily. I've worked that out pretty quickly.
Some of the things that some of your sayings, Trev, like we've just picked them up in our everyday language as well. Like some of the things that you say, like your workplace must be an absolute carnival over there, because the blokes that you've got working with you alongside of you, like
Two-stroke.
I love two-stroke. Like you've obviously, because he's a massive smoker.
Well, he's hard to get going, then he smokes a lot.
Yeah.
Two-stroke, and then obviously the boss Noodle. You've teed him up. You've teed him up as Noodle, and wanted to know the boss. I love that one where the boss rang you up and wanted to know why you were calling him Noodle, because every fucking job you give him, he thinks it's going to take 2 minutes.
Yeah. He's a really good guy. There's 2 owners of the company, because they got a plumbing company as well as a house franchise, Cavalier Home franchise in Toowoomba.
Yeah,
and they're two good guys. Noodle is one of the guys there that I call the boss, and it was funny because he said to me, he said, I don't mind, when we go anywhere or something, someone will recognise me or whatever, and he goes, but the first bloody person called me Noodle, I'm going off.
So Trev, your Instagram and that, mate, has become a hit, but you've also got your own clothing line out there now with the hats and shirts and bloody high vis and everything. But obviously your catch cry is your machine operator. Like you claim to be the number one operator in Australia and top 3 in the world, and that's what you've built it on, mate.
Yeah, so it's just a little niche market that I've got into that sort of no one's done. And it happened so by accident. I was up in Rockhampton working with the owner, one of the owners, and we get up there, and he said to me, "You'll just have to hurry up and wait." I was on the digger waiting.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait to dig these trenches, and he was waiting on the go ahead for us to be able to do it. So I was just sitting on there, and I just thought, I said, well, hurry up. You can't keep Australia's best operator waiting. And then I didn't think any more of it. And then I thought, hold on a minute.
I'm on to something here.
Yeah. So I just slewed around and I go, I don't think I'm Australia's best, but I don't think I'm best in the world, but I'll be in the top 3.
Top 3
and
in
then
the
I
world.
just made a video and posted it.
What
And surprising or not, it
it's
didn't.
just stuck.
Yeah, that's right. And then it didn't go. It didn't sort of take off. I don't know how many views it got. I don't know, maybe 80,000 or 100,000 or something, but it didn't go real viral. And then I did a video one day on TikTok of I was on my knees and that up on top of a deck, and I said, if this doesn't get me Employee of the Month, nothing's going to get it. Because I always used to say that for donkey's years, And I made a video when I did it, and then I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 people use that sound, and that sort of got me going from there.
Mate, it's stuck with Employee of the Month. I just love it how you keep rattling off, mate. If this doesn't get me Employee of the Month, I like the one.
I used to say that a lot when I was concreting, because some of the jobs you do when you're concreting, like they're not, it's some of them jobs are just not real friendly.
I like the one. I like the one where Noodle says, "You mate, like you're just gonna have to back it off a bit this month, Trev, because other guys are complaining that you keep winning Employee of the Month."
Yeah, and they all. It's so funny because all the guys at work know what I'm like.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so I had to invent a couple of different characters.
Yes. We will get to them. Obviously, Gazza and Trent, who we're massive fans of as well.
Kept getting into trouble, mate, all the time. Like TikTok didn't get my sense of humour. And
no, it's a niche. It's a niche market there, Trev.
You got to be very, very careful what you say. And I'm obviously when I'm doing my videos and in the game we're in, like it's the slang, Aussie slang, and I don't
absolutely
think people get offended by it, where it's just normal to us.
Absolutely, there's a couple there that of my favourites on your social media, Trev. One is your old mate that you work with. He's got the OMD t-shirts. What's it?
Oh, Jeff, bro.
Jeff, what's the OMD? Obsessive measurement disorder. Like, I know a few blokes in our game very, very similar to Jeff. They're just looking for the half millimetre.
Yeah.
Like he's just, I love Jeff and the videos you do with him, mate, because I can relate to him because there's a few blokes in our industry that do exactly the same thing, but old Jeff?
He's a wonderful, wonderful old fella too. Because they used to say that I was picking on him.
No.
It's totally the opposite.
Correct.
He's a funny bugger. Like, he's a bloody wolf dressed in lamb's clothing, that old fella. But yeah, he's a very knowledgeable man. He's got 3 trades behind him, and and he's what do you say? He's a perfectionist, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
But yeah, me being a concreter, and a lot of the time you got to push and get stuff done and get it, and he'd be mucking around looking for 1 or 2 mil size.
There's a couple of one there that you say, you're getting some measurements, and you say to him, Jeff, hey, Jeff, do you want me to guess it? Like, he blows up.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want you to guess it. Yeah, he's a funny bugger. He is a very funny man. And there's a lot of things that I couldn't post, but were absolutely hilarious. And I just couldn't put them up because I knew they'd get taken down. So I just left it alone. So... And, it's the TikTok thing took off, but I was sort of getting a bit upset with how things were rolling there, and with getting in warnings all the time. So I decided to go to Insta, and then that was the best move I ever done, because Instagram just took off.
Yeah.
And Instagram's where it's at. Like, if you can build a platform on Instagram, you're doing really, really well, I think.
You're done well there, mate.
Now, just off the back of that, Trev, your stats are you've got 81,000 followers on Instagram and 89,000 followers on TikTok. How does a 56-year-old, and I don't want to sound ageist, but how does a 56-year-old construction worker, concreter, truck driver all of a sudden go, hey, I'm going to start making TikTok videos or Instagram videos and see how I go?
No, well, what happened was... I had it took me a long time to get on to TikTok. My kids used to show me TikToks all the time. And I just thought, oh, yeah, well, it's not for me. And then they talked me into it. So I used to go to the dam a lot with the jet ski and that and the boat, and we'd go out tubing and whatever. And I thought, oh, well, I'll make a bloody an account on TikTok, and I just started, doing the videos of the kids falling off the tubes and stuff like that. And then, the account, I think I had about 2,000 followers on there, but I wasn't trying to grow the account. I was just putting stuff up there, and you get any views, you get views. I wasn't too concerned, and and then all of a sudden, when I started working with Jeff, and then I did that employee of the month one, and people started using the sound. Well, then the account started growing, and I got to I think 10,000 followers. I thought, oh, this is pretty bloody cool, So and then in a year, it's jumped from 10 to 80. So and I try and interact with everybody on there. I try and get back to all the comments, and I try and get back to all the messages. But it's getting really hard now. It's getting very time consuming. So obviously, because when you're at work, it's a
full-time job now, mate.
Well, it's getting that way, but it'll never. I don't think I'll ever stop working to do it. But I'm trying to fit it in as well. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to have to make a choice.
And even off that, mate, I see some of you go live and people jump on and interact, and you're answering their questions, and then all of a sudden I've heard you say, mate, I've been on here for 3 or 4 hours just answering questions. And
crazy, it's crazy because I used to go live a fair bit, and but the trouble is, you get on there and the time just gets away from you, and all of a sudden you've been on there, 3 hours or 4 hours, especially if I play golf and I come home and I've had a couple, and I'll sit down and I'll just go live and just start talking. Before you know, it's 2 or 3 hours. But I love it. I love interacting with everyone, and I don't like going live with anybody. I'd rather just sit on there and talk to people. I won't do them battles they do, and the gifts and that. I sort of don't. I feel funny when people gift me and that, because I just want to say hello and bloody just see who I'm talking to and that. But I haven't been doing a lot of live lately. But I need to sort of get back to it, and
You're doing a good job anyway, mate. A couple of things that I pick up on your Instagram. There's a couple of my favourites and you've probably seen it. When the bosses ask you how fast you're working, you said, mate, I'm going that quick, I went past myself.
Yeah, past myself coming back
the other way. There's so many different Instagram or different TikToks that I've seen, and it's your voiceover, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily your footage, but they've pinched it off it saying, I'm going that quick, I'll come back the other way. Past myself, come back the other way.
Yeah, so it's funny, and there's just stuff that you pick up over the years and things you've heard, because I was concreting when I was a young fella, and I started truck driving, and then I went concreting, and then I got sick of that and went back truck driving. And the truck driving side of things is all big stuff, like we're pulling road trains and triples and stuff like that for years, and driving the 9.0s and that, and you just. Now that when I'm driving our little truck and that, it's so funny because it's so easy to take the mickey out of it.
Yeah.
And I get the odd people on there that think I'm actually deadly serious, and that's a bit frightening.
Blowing doors off billy carts.
Yeah. So I just think that the truck's a great asset to me with the truck and the trailer and everything. So. I just think it's quite funny how people actually do think that I've been called out a couple of times on it, and I'm just thinking, it was secondhand embarrassment. I thought if you go and have a look at my page, you'll understand what I'm all about.
We've got a couple of trucks here, Trev, and we'll hook our scissor lift up to it or a trailer or something, and we'll just have a look at this. It's nearly a road train.
Yeah,
you can't take this into build-up areas.
No, exactly. This will blow doors off billy carts, this thing.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is the real ones, like all the truckies and all that, most of them, know that I'm
taking the piss.
Yes,
One of
because
the
all my followers are truckies, and
yeah, of course,
a lot of followers are truckies, and people being in construction or related to someone in construction. So yeah,
one of my other favourites, mate, was only a couple of weeks ago. You're doing some concreting, and they were mixing the mud in the barrow, and you said, "Mate, I'm sure I've seen trucks turn up with this."
Oh, yeah, that one went real good too. That I did a lot of views on both platforms with that one. Yeah, and I'll go through the comments, man, because the comments make me laugh. Like some of the followers I got, they are bloody funny, and I mean funny. And I get their humour. Obviously, they're following me because they get mine.
Humour, correct.
So it's very easy. So when I see someone being a smart ass or something, it's like, and I know straight away what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I just think that is absolute gold. But I get called, a few people have said to me, "Oh, just shut up and bloody mix it. These bloody young fellas are going on," and that. I think, oh, that's good. I sound young.
Give you a rap.
And then some people will go, bloody, I don't understand what he's bloody saying. and then someone got on there one day and said, "Oh, he's Austrian."
Austrian. Not Australian, he's Austrian.
Yeah, but they just, I love that. The comments and that just blow my mind. So it's some videos that go viral. Like I had a video I put up one day, and my mate texted me and said it's had 8,000 likes in 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said, wow, all right. And I said, that is just ridiculous. In 3 minutes, it had 8,000 likes. And I'm going, I can't believe that. So that, you got a viral video on your hands. Like that was the golf one I did. It's viral when you get views like that so quickly.
Put me down for a par.
Yeah, no, it was another one. It was where I was telling the wife.
Well, I
love those.
I'll be home when I'm home, and I'll start the mower for you then.
Yeah, and I'm playing tomorrow too. And I'm playing tomorrow, by the way.
Well, we did that first go. Like I said to me, mate, just record this, and then at the end of it, just ask me. And we did a first take, and I think it got 3.5 million views.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she didn't answer, but that's what I would have said if she answered.
Yes, that's it.
Just on that, mate. Obviously, you've mentioned your kids and your wife and that type of thing. How have they reacted to your social media fame?
The wife is sort of on board with it now. She's realised that it's something I like doing, and people like I show a lot of comments and that I get, or messages I get from people that that really appreciate what I'm doing for their mental health and everything as well. So she knows that it's a good thing that I'm doing, and and my kids and that, well, they're sort of all growing up now. But yeah, they think it's great. Yeah, they think it's good too. So I sort of never even thought about doing like merchandise or anything like that side of things until people kept messaging me all the time about doing doing shirts and doing hats and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, I don't know, because it's a big call. And then I got put on to a lady that up in Townsville that does it. She's come on board and doing it with me. So she is good. She does everything for me, like does the posting. We did designs together and all that sort of stuff, and it just went crazy. So we've done nearly 5,000 orders.
So to get onto that, Trev, with your merchandise, if anyone there is interested in buying one of Trev's shirts or his hat or his high-vis stuff, how do we get onto that?
It's trev966.shop.
We'll put them in the show notes, mate. So anyone that wants to buy anything, support the great man by buying a hat or a shirt, and they do look good. They got the
mate, they're also shirty and the hattie on here now. They're bloody brilliant. Good quality too. But like I'm not making a massive amount of money. I'm trying to make it affordable.
Yeah, of course.
We're trying to bring out different designs all the time as well. So
and you got a variety of them, mate. Australia's best operator and top 3 in the world, and the golf one put me down for a par.
Yeah, we got heaps of hats. We got all different designs. They sell out quickly. I've got a heap of orders coming, but yeah, they go pretty solid. So people asked for them, and they did not disappoint. They jumped in there and started buying them. It just blew us away. My supplier said to me at the start, she goes, "You need to stop advertising them." I'm not. So it was pretty crazy. But yeah, that's just another thing now that we work hard for as well. And try and keep up the quality of stuff. People get it and they go, "Oh, I can't believe how good a quality it is. It's bloody brilliant," So yeah, no, it's good. And it's good thing is if you Google Trev966.shop, it's the first thing that comes up on Google.
How good's that?
That's good.
Hey, yeah, Trev, how do you go now? Probably a bit with Drew's question as well. How do you go now? Like, obviously you're up there in the Brisbane suburbs. How do you go now walking down the street? Like, the people, "Hey, Trev, how you going?" Like, it's blown out of proportion to what you thought, how it could go?
Yeah, it's actually, it's crazy. I was sort of very surprised how much it my face got out there, because people be looking at me. Once upon a time, you think, "Oh, what's he looking at?" But now it's like they've seen me somewhere, and they're trying to place me. But yeah, no, it's awesome. A lot of people come and want a photo and that. It's bloody great. I take time, we have a chat, and ask them what's going on with them, and yeah, it's bloody good. I love it.
Good on you.
Yeah, and it happens a lot, especially at golf.
I was going to say it. I can imagine it happening at golf a bit.
And it's great. Like, it's all positive stuff, and so no, it's really good.
You mentioned go on, mate.
Sorry. Well, we went to Bali last year.
And
and the wife's never been with me where someone's come up to me or talked to me or whatever. But the wife, when we went to Bali, it was unbelievable. I couldn't walk outside unless someone spotted me. That was pretty bloody awesome.
In another country, eh?
It was all Aussies, obviously.
Yeah.
But, it was pretty bloody funny. Like, you go anywhere and they'd be yelling out down the street. I nearly got run over by a moped, and the guy on the moped goes, "Hey, you're that bloody TikTok guy."
That must feel pretty awesome to think that you've had an impact not only in Australia or your suburb, but overseas as well.
Yeah, mate, it's unbelievable. I'm very humble about it. Like, I just think it's when I first got a couple of photos with people, I didn't know what to do or what to say, or it felt a bit funny, because I've never had that happen to me before, and now it's just, like, I got a photo there the other day with this guy, and he goes, "Oh, Trev, any chance of a photo?" I said, "Of course you can, mate." And I said, $10. And he looked at me, and anyway, he's up there, and we were standing there getting the selfie, and he took 4 photos. I said, "That'll be $40, mate." And he goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Delete them, mate, or give me $40. He goes, "Really?" I said, "No, of course, buddy, as if I charge someone for a photo."
Trevor, are you getting any famous people or any celebrities wanting to get photos with you?
No, well, I haven't seen any. I talked to a few footy players and musicians and stuff on Instagram. I've got a fair few followers on there.
Yeah, good.
Blue tick followers. So they're just normal people, and I talk to them the exact same way I talk to anybody else.
Yep.
And they love it. They love it.
Well, just on that, Trev, and I'll tell you how humble, for our listeners, how humble Trev is. We sent him a message late last year, and you had a little bit on and said, "Hey, boys, I'll definitely be on. Give me to the new year." And we sent you a message yesterday, and about 30 seconds later, you rang us and said, "Yeah, when do you want to do it?" And to be honest, us talking to you I felt like we'd known you for 100 years, mate. You were the same. There was no bullshit. "Yeah, boys. Yeah, no worries." Like, it was tremendous to be able to chat to you in person. I've watched your videos 1,000 times, but to chat to you in person, that's how humble you are,
mate. I definitely don't like mucking people around, and it's a big pet hate of mine. And if someone says they're going to do something, commit to it. You know what I mean? Or just sit on the fence and go, I'm I'm not promising anything. Maybe.
Yeah.
I get asked a lot to go to a lot of places for golf days and things like that, and they'll pay my flights and accommodation and everything. But I can't say yes I can go because it could be 2-3 months down the track.
Yeah.
And I can't commit to it. So now I just say, look, I don't like the chances at the moment, but we'll see how we go. So because it is a lot for me just to give up your whole weekend, especially I work away during the week a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So the only time I see the family is when I'm home on the weekend. So if I just get home on the Friday or piss off on the Friday, go and play bloody golf all weekend and that, it won't go down too well.
No,
I could imagine. You mentioned you've got a couple of characters too, and well, I'm huge fans of Trent and Gaz. How did they come about?
They come about by accident. Now being 56, and I have got a serious side to me as well, but I've always been a character. I've always bumped around and been the class clown and everything. And I give it a go doing the other character, Trent, and I thought this is either going to fall really badly, and I'm going to look like an idiot, or it's going to come across pretty well. So I took the risk on it because what was happening, I was getting into a lot of trouble all the time. I was worried about my account getting banned because when I talked to Two Stroke and that and swear it, I'm mucking around and that, TikTok were taking it thinking I was bullying him and all that sort of stuff, same as old Jeff. So I thought if I get into trouble for swearing at myself, something wrong. And I've had 2 arguments with TikTok now and told them, I'll go, if you have a look, because they took my video down, I'll go, if you have a look, it's the same person. And then I'll put the video back up and apologise. I can't believe that you think it's different people. But I've gone through some of the comments, and I had a poll and said, should Trent stay or should Trent go? And it was 70-something% wanted him to stay. And I thought, right, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to lose a few followers over this, but
I think we voted for him to stay.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I thought it's going to be good content and plenty of it. And so then when I thought about the Gary character, I sent it to a few mates, used the filter and sent it to a few mates and said, what do you reckon about some new guy here, Gazza? And they've just gone, oh, my God, you need to get him in there real quick. So that's how that happened. And it's pretty good. And I think there's another new guy starting soon too. So
a relative of Noodles or something, isn't he? One of the bosses?
Yeah. So I'm thinking of
what's his name going to be, Trev?
Oh, mate, I'm still working on it. I want to call him. I was going to call him Dino. That's a good mate of mine. And he goes, "Don't you bloody dare get out of here, work." So so I'm just working on that at the moment. Just see what I come up with, but Shazza might make an appearance soon.
Oh, Shazza. Wow.
Gazza's mum.
Yeah.
Hand in hand with Trent, or?
She's, well, I don't know. I've just got to work that one out.
Let's keep it on the lowdown.
For those listeners that haven't seen, do yourself a favour, go and follow Trev966 _ on TikTok and Instagram, and you'll understand what we're talking about. But Trent is a co-worker of Trev's, and then also Gaz is a co-worker of Trev's, and Trent is trying to date Gaz's mum. And Gaz has got some skills. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu or something like that, and he's a scratch golfer, or he's a off 3 or something on the golf course. Like, he's very talented. Stay tuned for a few more episodes. I reckon there could be a wedding maybe on the cards as well.
And he's a really company man too, Gazza.
One team, one dream.
One team, one dream. He loves to, in his time off, he'll clean the trucks.
Yeah, come in on a Saturday.
Gets there with the grease gun. He's all over with all the machinery there, and he's got
it sorted.
He's got 2 of everything, Gazza.
Yes, in case you need to borrow something.
Yeah, he's got it. He's definitely got it sorted. But yeah, I find like the content's easier to come up with, but a lot of my stuff is based off actual events I've seen or heard.
Yeah.
Over the years, and that the 33rd, 34th, 35th.
Oh, I was just about to say that, Trev. That was one of the best.
I was actually standing there. This was about 20 years ago. Standing there, we had this young fellow working for us. He was a concrete labourer, and he was telling my boss that he was going to be back on the 32nd or 33rd. He wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And he was dead serious. And I nearly fell over. And I thought, that is gold.
Just for our listeners for that one, so Trev's alter ego, one of them, Trent, over the Christmas break, Trev wanted him to come back to work just after the new year, but Trent was unavailable because he was going to be away on holidays, and he was going to be away on the 32nd, 33rd, 34th, and the 35th of December, so he wasn't available then, but yeah, so funny.
A lot of people got that too. They were just running with it too. But a lot of stuff that I come up with is I go into the comments and it makes my day. I just sit there and laugh my ass off at some of the comments that people come out with.
It's too good.
The good thing is too with that, mate, you relate to all ages as well, because if the apprentice has got a bit of a sense of humour, he's probably said some of that stuff or heard his boss say that to him, and then the boss, he's either heard it, like as you said, 20 years ago, the bloke couldn't come back until the 33rd, so he's either heard it or he said it as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've got a lot of young followers like that in the trades and that as well. I get recognised a lot from the young followers. They'll go, "Hey, Trev, you mad bugger," or whatever, and so I think it's bloody awesome. So I think we all need a laugh.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, I think that's basically the bottom line with everything.
It's a forgotten thing in the in workplace now. You mean
It definitely is. Like I could get on here and talk about when I was truck driving, I was never home. You miss birthdays and you miss bloody everything that's going on at the school with the kids, and but it's something that I'm trying to do now, like making people that are still doing that get a laugh out of them, and I have people message me going they're having a really crap day, and then they'll watch my video and things just got a lot better, and you just think how bloody good, and I'm glad I'm getting a laugh out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's good, mate. It's very good.
Yeah,
very funny.
Your mind off something for bloody 5 minutes, and then they'll think about that over the day as well. So I know I do. If I watch something bloody funny, I'll think about it. And you just can't help not think about it. So I think it's bloody awesome, mate.
Not only that, mate, it could be a bit of an icebreaker for someone to open up and talk to someone else, saying, "Hey, did you see Trev's latest video?" And then they continue on saying, "Hey, I'm having a bit of a shit day myself," and it might be just a difference to save someone's life as such, so that they're getting better.
Oh, definitely, exactly right, and it's like I've always been told that the silliest question is the one you don't ask.
Yeah.
And if you got someone there that's opening up, you can tell straight away what they're doing. You just be a good listener. Problem shared, problem halved. You know what I mean? That old saying. So if people walk around, they've got a fair bit going on, and they can talk to someone they can trust, that's a big thing. I've talked to a lot of people and a lot of young blokes, and like I'll say to them, it'll go to the grave with me. I'd never say a word to anybody about anything. If anyone talks to me in confidence, it stays with me forever. So, and if you can find someone like that, and I think that's where it's good for me with a lot of work colleagues and that, because they know that I'd never say anything to anybody. And they can open up and tell me stuff. So that's what it's all about. I don't like speaking on behalf of mental health because I'm not qualified in it or trained in it to talk about it. I try and do my bit by having a joke and making people have a laugh, and trying to get people to have a laugh and that's what I'm trying to do. So that's my bit towards it. and hopefully it's helping people.
And that's 100%, mate. And especially in the construction game, where, as you mentioned, you could be away weeks on end and not seeing family or friends and things like that, that it can be a bit of a burden and weight on your shoulders that you do need someone to have a chat to.
Oh, definitely. Like, you know, I used to go away for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. I think I went away for 90 days there once, you know, and to think about going away for 3 months now, I just couldn't do it. But that's what we were doing back in them days. And you'd go away for a long, long time. And people that do 3 and 1 and 4 and 1, you know, it's bloody hard. Like, it's hard, especially when they get out there. They've got little toddlers and that, and they go to work and they're gone. They sit down after work and they in their bloody room, and you go, well, that's 3 more, bloody 20 more days. Yeah, like, it's a long slog. And I've talked to a lot of people like that. And we used to sit outside and have a beer or whatever, a rum, and have a chat. And I think it was good for mental health to do that, for the blokes to sit around and have a beer, have a chat, because they're all in the same boat. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People want, you know, a lot of people don't realise, like, they're bloody miners and they're making all this money, and a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
A lot of sacrifices. Same as truck driving. You know, without Australia, trucks stop.
Yeah.
Without trucks, Australia stops. You know what I mean? So, and that's a fact. Everything comes by truck. So yeah, and then guys are out there working Christmas Day and bloody night. You know, so hats off to them all, mate. And yeah, I just think if I can get a laugh out of them while they're bloody doing it, good on me.
Yeah,
absolutely,
100%, mate, 100%. Now, away from social media and working, what do you do to relax?
Well, I try and get as much golf in now as I can. I used to do a fair bit of fishing, but now I'm sort of back into the golf. I was playing religiously for 20-something years, and then I give it away, and I went out west chasing the gas money and all that sort of stuff, and then come back and took it up after 12 years, and I've just been hooked back ever since. So bloody love it, mate. Bloody love it.
And what are you playing off at the moment, Trev?
13, I think. I was on 19 there September, so the handicap's come down. So I'm working hard on it.
Because your catch cry is Queensland's best 21 handicapper, correct?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, well, the Baron, when we ended up having a game together down at the Glades at the Gold Coast, and what a lovely fellow he is. He's a funny bugger.
Who was that, Trev?
The Baron. He's a social media.
Oh, yeah.
Similar to Trev.
The Baron, he's a bloody great fella too. Lovely fella. We've definitely got to go and have another game. He is a funny bugger. He is a funny bugger. I thought I was four. I'm a snake compared to him.
He'd make a sailor blush.
Oh, mate, and he's a bloody good guy to go with it, you know. So, yeah, he's a funny bugger.
Just on that, and you play golf, and in some of your videos, there's another TikToker, the Eshe Cowboy and the Baron. Did you guys just all meet through social media, or you knew each other beforehand?
Yeah, no, through social media, mate. When I was over at Pine Rivers playing, that's where I met young Jack, and then the Baron I just met through. Yeah, he just called me out one day on social media, sort of thing. We're having a bit of a joke and that, and it was bloody awesome. And then we ended up exchanging numbers and started talking, and yeah, we organised the game. So. And it was bloody brilliant. It was the best day. God, I had a laugh. We all had a laugh so much. So, yeah, I brought young Jack down and my son-in-law, and we went down to the Gold Coast and met the Baron, and, yeah, went and had a game. It was everyone had a great day.
With that, do you look to other social medias to get some ideas or hook up or see what they're doing that you could do or things like that and exchange ideas?
No, not really. I sort of just, if I see something funny, I thought, if I'm flicking through something, I'll go, oh, that's bloody funny, you know, I could use that down the track, you know, or whatever. But believe it or not, I'm not on flicking through a lot of stuff. Probably Instagram, I'm on there the most, but a lot of the time I'm on there working, trying to get back to everybody, messages and bloody comments and all that sort of stuff. Trying to keep up with that. So I don't have a lot of time just to go through and just have a look what's going on.
He's looking after his own account.
Yes.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I keep in touch because I started a Facebook account as well. And it's same Trev966 _, and I think it's over 30,000 followers on there now, so it's grown as well and getting a lot of exposure, which is bloody awesome.
Popular man he is.
I just think it's great. I think a lot of people just need love if they can relate to it. I
was just going to say the same thing, mate. I think there's a lot of people out there that can relate. A lot of Australian people, obviously from the same background type thing, mate, and they can just relate to you.
Well, a lot of people say to me, I can't believe how accurate you are. Have you been on my job site?
Yeah.
So, but it's true. Like, it's just how the industry is.
Yeah.
And it'll never change, I don't think. But,
no.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, mate.
What do you think 17-year-old Trev would be thinking, seeing 56-year-old Trev as a social phenomenon?
Well, the 17-year-old Trev would have been like, because I never got a mobile phone till I was 30. So we had no phones back in them days. And I'm from the bush. I'm from out in the country town in Queensland. It's called Charleville. My wife's further out. She was from Corpy. So we sort of grew up in the bush. Then we moved down to Toowoomba. And I think the 17-year-old Trev would probably say, "What are you doing, you silly old fucker?" but I think if I had my time over again, I'd definitely take up golf a lot sooner. Because I was in my 20s when I started golf, but I would have loved to have got into that a lot sooner and got a lot better at it. How would you say?
Yes.
But I probably wouldn't change a lot because I've learned a lot, you know what I mean? Like, concreting was hard work and it was a hard slog, but it's something that I'm glad I learned to do because it's something that I'm going to die with. Like, I have that knowledge now, you know, it's just always handy to know. Truck driving, same thing. It's always good to know, and like, yeah, it's a great thing to have.
Some of your concreting posts and that you put up, Trevor, so funny. Like, I remember one of the early ones you put up and said, like, "Hey, I don't remember, this was the operator's manual or the operator's brochure. I don't remember this in the brochure at all." Doing the concrete, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was funny because I was up at Emerald and I was up there with Noodle, and we had to do a slab up there, and because I was obviously doing it on my own, and it was a decent size, and I was struggling a bit. Anyway, I drilled a hole beside the slab, and we had to it was for some bloody thing. I forget what it was even for, but it was probably only a metre deep. And I've walked across it, and I've got my foot caught up in the mesh, and I've had my helmet on, and I fell head first down this hole. And Noodle's sitting there, and he didn't know whether to laugh or bloody do whatever. And I just come back out and had a bit of claret coming off my arm and stuff. And I said, "Well, now I know what an auger feels like." I went into that head first.
Hey, tell me, with you, Chris and Noodle, obviously the boss Noodle, does the rest of the staff call him Noodle as well?
Yeah. Oh, well, a couple of them do, yeah.
Yeah, so it's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck, but not to his face.
Oh, okay. He blows up.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. He's a really, really good guy. So, yeah, no, they can. A lot of people say, "Oh, you know, what your bosses think about you doing videos and stuff." I said, "They're in it, a few of them."
Yeah,
they're actually in my videos. They know that it's but I don't walk around on my phone all day at work and taking videos. It's just there's a moment there where you might do it. You might do it at lunchtime before work, do it after work, or whatever. It could happen while you're waiting on a water car. It could be any number of things, and it just happens. You just save it, record it, save it, and then just work it out later. What if you got to put it up? You know what I mean?
Well, I've heard you say too that you throw a high vis on, you could be anywhere. You could be in the backyard, but no one knows. They think you're at work, but you're filming in your high vis, and you're, oh, hang on, he's filming another video, but hang on, it's 6 o'clock at night, and I'm in my backyard.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you're bloody always on your bloody, get off your phone," blah blah blah, and it's like, well, not a lot of people, but the odd one that's obviously been in trouble themselves for doing it. They'll carry on, but it's because I'm on a lot of For You page, so I'll come up on people's For You page a lot.
Yeah,
different videos, and it's not because if I think how it works, if you like a video or you comment on it, then you'll start seeing more of
more of it. Correct.
So I think that's one bloke didn't message me, but he put on one of my Instagram posts, he goes, "How the bloody hell do I get you out of my phone?" And I said, "Stop commenting on my post." And he goes, "Yeah, right." And then he goes, "Oh, God damn it, I just did it again, didn't I?"
Another month's worth of videos coming to him.
Yeah, it's bloody funny. But yeah, I get just as much of enjoyment out of it as people get out of my videos too. So because they can relate to a lot of it. I just think it's bloody awesome, mate.
Yeah, it's good. You're doing good. Mate, to finish the podcast, we ask our fast 5 questions just to get to know you a little bit better, and they're rapid fire.
Jesus, I haven't studied them either. Come on, let's go.
What would be your last meal?
Mate, it'd have to be steak and chips and Diane sauce.
Oh, how good. You can't beat that. How do you have
any more Aussie than that, mate?
How do you have your steak cooked?
Medium well.
Man after my own heart. That sounds good.
Good choice.
Your drink of choice?
Bundaberg rum.
Bundaberg rum and a steak.
I knew that answer before you even asked the question.
Yeah. And you know what? I can't. I just it's just for the life of me. I've tried drinking everything else, but I can't. I think it's just whatever they put in it, the yeast or I don't know, however they make the beer. It just doesn't agree with me, unfortunately. Because but back in the day, rum was a lot dearer than bloody anything else. But now I'm just so hooked on the rum. Now I just have trouble sleeping if I have too much. Bloody sugar.
Mate, who is your favourite superhero and why?
Oh, look, it'd have to be Superman, mate. I was a bit of a fan of old Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a sad thing, but
absolutely.
I've got a Superman. He's always been around from the word get-go, hasn't he?
Yes.
And I don't mind it. And I'm not a big fictional character follower, but I sort of like the storylines to them. I think they're pretty good.
Sounds good. What is your favourite movie quote?
That'd be Jack Nicholson. The truth, you can't handle the truth. Because a lot of people can't, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
That gets a run at work. That gets a run at work a bit, Trevor, I'm guessing.
That gets work, buddy. And I get to run at home too. I tell you, I get to run everywhere. But it's a good saying. That a great movie too.
Yes,
a good man.
And finally, mate, if heaven does exist, what would God say when you arrive at the KRGS Pearly roller shutter up there in heaven?
I reckon he'd say a couple of things. He'd go, "Well, we all need a bit of a laugh up here. Thank God you're here." Or, "I hope you didn't bring those other two with you."
Where's Trent and Gaz?
I would have thought, Trev, when you got to the gates, you would have asked the question saying, "What sort of a fucking shit show are you running here?"
No, see, there you go. I'll get into trouble by saying that.
Or
no, mate, it's been fun. It's been good.
Or maybe to St. Peter saying, "You're in my seat."
Yeah, who's running the show here?
Yeah. So what time's Smoko?
Trevor Jennings, or on social media, Trevor966. Mate, you are an absolute star. I really appreciate your time getting on here on the KRGS Doors podcast and having a chat. It's been fantastic, mate, and you're doing some tremendous stuff. It gives us a laugh, mate, I tell you, and we obviously talk about it. Drew will say to me, "Oh, have you seen Trev's latest post?" So, mate, you got two blokes here that are really fans of yours, and behind the scenes, you're doing a tremendous job, and keep it up, mate. We love all your characters. Say hello to Trent. Say hello to Gazza. Old Jeff. Say hello to Jeff. We love him. Noodle. Shout out to Two Stroke. All those blokes, mate, at golf and so forth. We love watching them.
No worries, mate. It's been a pleasure too, guys. You made it simple for me. So that's what it's all about. I really appreciate the exposure that you guys have given me as well. And I'm just 100,000. We'll do it again, eh?
Sounds good.
Bloody oath, book it in. Let's do it.
Yeah, too easy. So let's push for 100,000, guys.
Yeah, if you want to follow Trev966 _, Insta, TikTok, now he's Facebook, but mainly get around here, buy some stuff. Trev966.shop for sure, mate.
Get his merchandise. It's good shit.
Bloody awesome, guys. I really appreciate it.
Mate, appreciate your time. As Clayton said, you're a superstar. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, boys.
Thanks, Trev. Take care. All the best.
Mate. Cheers. That brings the door down on the 51st episode in our chat with Trevor Jennings, social media sensation and top 3 operator in the world. Check out Trev966 on his socials like Instagram and TikTok. Also, check out his range of merch, trev966.shop. If you've missed any previous episodes of the KRGS Doors podcast, you can download them from our website, www.krgsdoors.com.au/podcast, or on your favourite podcast player, search KRGS Doors. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any future episodes. This also boosts our ranking and my ego. The other thing I suggest, if you have enjoyed the podcast, visit your favourite podcast player and leave a review or a rating. Keep your ears peeled for our upcoming next episode where we speak to former world champion boxer Barry Michael. Barry has fought all over the world with the record that sits at 48-9. He even tells us about his fight with the Melbourne Underworld. So keep an ear and eye out for that one. It's a chat not to be missed. I've been your host, Drew Blackman, and you've been fantastic for tuning in today. As always, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. Thanks. Till next time. The KRGS Doors Show, proudly brought to you by KRGS Doors. For all your shopfront roller shutters, roller grills, folding closures and bifold doors, visit www.krgsdoors.com.au.